Have you ever walked into an old, empty building and suddenly felt watched? Like the air itself was heavier, colder? Like something unseen was lurking in the shadows? You're not alone. Across the globe, haunted, abandoned locations have become the epicenter of spine-chilling encounters. From forgotten hospitals to desolate mansions, these ghost-infested places hold stories that defy explanation. Today on Nexreal, we're exploring real-life ghost stories tied to some of the world's eeriest abandoned locations. Get ready, because once you hear what happened inside these walls, you'll never look at an empty building the same way again. Let's begin with the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. Once a treatment center for tuberculosis patients in the early 1900s, this hospital became known as the Death House. With no cure in sight, patients were subjected to extreme experimental procedures, some involving collapsing lungs or inserting balloons into chests. Many didn't survive. The most haunting part? The Death Tunnel, a 500-foot underground chute used to secretly remove bodies. Paranormal investigators report voices, shadowy figures, and even being touched by unseen hands. Skeptics say it's just wind and imagination, but those who've spent a night there, many refuse to go back. Next, we travel to the Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic. Unlike typical castles built for defense or royalty, Hauska was constructed in the 13th century specifically to seal something in, not keep something out. Local legend claims the castle was built over a gateway to hell. Before construction began, villagers said winged demons flew from a bottomless pit, dragging animals and people into the darkness. Today, visitors report blood-curdling screams from beneath the floor. Some even faint upon entering certain rooms. Whether it's legend or truth, Hauska Castle continues to terrify those who dare step inside. Then there's the Screaming Woods in Kent, England, also known as Daring Woods. This ancient forest is infamous for its dense fog, sudden temperature drops, and, you guessed it, unexplained screams echoing through the trees. Locals say the spirits of lost travelers and murder victims still wander here, trapped between worlds. Many paranormal investigators have tried to capture the screams on tape. Some succeeded, most fled. One team even reported that their camera shut off exactly when they heard a woman's voice whisper, "Don't film this." Coincidence? Maybe. But it happened 3 times. If you've made it this far, you're clearly fascinated by the haunted, the mysterious, and the unexplained. So why not join us on this dark journey every week? Subscribe to Nexreal right now and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We dive into everything from ghost stories and mind tricks to forgotten experiments and hidden truths. Like this video if you've ever felt a presence in an empty room. And comment below, what's the creepiest place you've ever been? All right, back to the chilling tour. One of the most terrifying places in the U.S. is Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Opened in 1829, this massive Gothic prison pioneered solitary confinement. Inmates were locked away in total silence, their only interaction being a tiny food slot in the door. Psychological torture wasn't just common, it was the bowl. Today, visitors report shadowy figures pacing cells, whispering voices, and even full-bodied apparitions. One former guard said he quit after seeing a man vanish through a wall. And yes, night tours are available if you dare. Now let's head to Japan, to the abandoned Nakagusugu Hotel in Okinawa. Construction began in the 1970s, just outside a sacred castle site. Locals warned the land was cursed, but the developer ignored them. Strange accidents plagued the project. Equipment failed, workers got injured, and some reportedly vanished. Eventually, the developer visited the site himself and came back a changed man. He abandoned the project and spent the rest of his life in seclusion. The hotel still stands, half-built, rotting, and full of strange echoes. Those who enter claim to feel overwhelming dread. Some even hear children laughing inside empty stairwells. In Colombia, there's La Noria, a ghost town lost in the Atacama Desert. Once a booming mining town in the 1800s, it collapsed after a brutal massacre during a labor dispute. Since then, the desert has slowly reclaimed the ruins, but La Noria is far from quiet. Paranormal investigators say they've seen childlike figures darting between crumbling homes. Others report footsteps circling their tents at night, with no one else around for miles. Interestingly, human bones are still scattered across parts of the area. Some say disturbing them leads to misfortune or worse. If you've been following Nexreal, you might remember when we explored the power of false memories and how the Mandela effect blurs our understanding of what's real. Some skeptics argue ghost sightings fall into that category. But when entire groups of people report the same chilling experience, can it really be dismissed? It's easy to label this content as just stories, but many encounters leave lasting psychological effects: panic, trauma, and unexplained obsession. Modern ghost hunters use everything from EMF detectors to infrared cameras. They claim the science is there: sudden energy spikes, cold spots, or unexplained voices captured on tape. Critics say it's pseudoscience. But believers argue that just because we can't measure everything doesn't mean it's not real. Consider this: we accept dark matter exists, even though we can't see or touch it. Could spirits or residual energy work the same way? Let's not forget Beechworth Asylum in Victoria, Australia. Operating for nearly a century, this mental institution saw over 9,000 deaths. Stories say patients were often misdiagnosed and left in isolation for decades. Some were never meant to be there in the first place. Today, ghost tours report flickering lights, slamming doors, and a woman in white who appears near the old kitchen. She never speaks, just stares. Visitors often feel suddenly ill near certain rooms, some even faint. Is it psychosomatic, or is something more sinister at play? Haunted, abandoned locations offer more than just creepy aesthetics. They're places where pain, trauma, and fear have lingered for decades, maybe even centuries. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these stories speak to a deeper truth about our fascination with death, memory, and the unknown. Because in the end, what scares us most is what we can't explain. If you enjoyed this eerie journey through the world's most haunted abandoned places, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new deep dive into the unknown. And if there's a haunted place near you that deserves the spotlight, drop it in the comments. This is Nexreal, where mystery meets reality. Until next time, stay curious and maybe leave the lights on tonight.